Good morning, friends. Today I'm going to talk to you about being a little overwhelmed in the garden. Today I'm feeling it. Today's one of those days where if I was a quitter, I would just throw down the trowel and head back in. Here's a lot of strawberries that are on the ground. These are the ones we'll give to the chickens. But Mama and I came out yesterday, picked us some, but we've got a ton of strawberries. So I imagine once it gets hot today and tomorrow, we will have strawberries. So we've got some issues going on out here. I'll show you. Here's number one. So back to Eden is great. This has all got cardboard underneath it and wood chips on top. But this is 3 years in, and look at all of these. So part of the issue here is that we had watermelons planted there last year. So we couldn't really hit it with the weed burner. But our wood chip guy is not calling us back. And we're going to have to do some drastic things out here because now we've even got ironweed. And it lives up to its name. So there's one thing I'm feeling overwhelmed about. Here's the other. 2 peppers that I have to have every year are jalapenos and my Hungarian paprikas. You see I'm down to 1, 2, 3.5 plants. And here is the evidence for the police report. That was one. And there's another one over here I can show you. I do intense planting with peppers. So I think I want to say 12 or 15 plants in here. And my bunny friend has decided to take them for his own. Bless his heart. So we had torrential downpours last 2 days. And my tomatoes are feeling it. And I'll show you something else just as a lesson. These are some tomatoes that the Macedonian neighbor brought us. And the person who started them for him did it in containers that don't have drains. So these guys are probably no good. I'll go through them and see. They're gonna have blight. We're probably just gonna end up pitching them. So over here we have my bullnose peppers, and I dehydrate all these peppers and make some spice blends with them. But the bunny hasn't found them yet. He did find my marigolds. Here's some tomatoes. And look at this crazy sage. Definitely need to pare that down some. Here's the thyme with a nice piece of mint coming up in it. I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of all of this mint. Right now I'm just going to take off the top. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So the other thing that happened this morning was I was out in the high tunnel watering, and the end shot off the hose and made me soaking wet. Now it's a froggy little morning here, and it's not hot by any means, and I'm wet and my socks and shoes are wet, and it's not fun. Oh, looks like he found these too. These are my Marconi peppers. These tomatoes fared pretty well with the storm. The bunny hasn't found them yet. What we're finding is he has an affinity for peppers and beans. Sorry, I didn't realize what I was doing to you with the camera. But here is the other sad bed. I have 2 left. This was all my Hungarian paprika peppers, eaten all the way down to the ground. Look, jerk. But in good news, we have cucumbers. And that's our cauliflower that came on late. And cucumbers are just going bonkers. And the hope is that they'll get up big enough to shade this cauliflower that decided to come and greet us late, and we can still get some cauliflower off of it. But if not, no worries. Here are our Hales melons. As you can see, they're popping. And look, a Tennessee tomato. That's what we call all of our volunteers. And then I'll show you over here what Mr. Bunny has done. My pinto beans. Some of those are on the second planting because guess who came to dinner? And then over here are our watermelons. Excalibur was having a Memorial Day sale, so I ordered another dehydrator because there's going to be a lot more dehydrating going on here this year, especially with these watermelons. If you've never dehydrated watermelon, it tastes like candy. So, but I've also pulled a tick off of myself this morning. We're talking it's 6:30, so no fun. And they're supposed to leave me alone. So on days like this, you get frustrated and you wonder, why are you even trying when it seems like everything is out to get you? And let me just tell you, you get what you get. You be thankful and grateful for what you do get. And the rest of it will work itself out. Don't get discouraged. It's about the process. It's about coming out here and enjoying getting your hands in the dirt. Sorry, I had to pull a piece of grass while I was out here. So I try to, you can see here my little bucket. I take my little bucket around with me as I'm working. I'm getting ready to plant in this bed now. But I just pull weeds as I go. And pretty much, with the exception of that craziness out there in between beds, I can keep my beds completely weed free, or a good job on it anyway, all summer long. And what happens is when you let that grass go to seed, and that's my neighbor's field there that's not mowed, those seeds all blow here, and then I'm left with a mess. So we'll come out here with a flamethrower and we'll hit a lot of these weeds. We'll also probably put down some more cardboard and some more chips if our chip guy gets back with us so that we can take care of this stuff. Most of it we can get rid of. There's some stuff that, this is what's really bad. I'll show you this. This is just downright embarrassing, but I've worked on this all year last year and made no headway. This is thistle, or the prickly stuff that's fun to pull. And this is all just because of that. So what he does is he mows. He has 5 acres right next to ours, and he put his barn right beside our lot because he thought he was going to buy this house, and that didn't work out. And he actually just mows if you pass through there. And what that does is it's basically a coyote trail. Gives them a place to come, and then they can hide in the grass if somebody comes out. And it all goes to seed, and then the seed blows over here, and it is what it is. But I think it's great that he leaves that stuff in there, and we do what we can to worry about the coyotes, because right now with all the developing going on, everyone's losing their habitat, and I get it. But as long as they leave me alone, I'll leave them alone. Otherwise, we're going to have issues. But let's see if you can see how he mows. I could go out there. There you go. You can see a little bit how he mows down through there and then just leaves paths in between. There's a good spot you can see. So don't be discouraged. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's what we're doing. Those bites seem to have a little bit of a bitter taste this morning, but I'm sure that as I get out here and work some more, it'll be better. I'm pretty far behind. That's kind of discouraging, but I know that maybe, God has a plan for all this. I'm going to go put together the stuff for the ministry, that the seeds for them, or the plants for them, and that'll give me warm fuzzies this morning. We actually even have seed potatoes for them, which is cool. So don't be discouraged, friends. Just get out there, grab a trowel, and get those endorphins going by putting those hands in the dirt And until next time, be blessed and be a blessing.